Welcome, aviation enthusiasts. I'm George Kruger, and welcome to this video produced by South Coast Aviation. Today we review the Northrop P-61 Black Widow, both from a historical perspective and an RC flying demonstration by Mr. Rob Sawyer. The last half of this video. Please enjoy it all. To my knowledge, there are no flying P-61s in the world today. The only way we'll get to see them fly is with these large RC models. There is much information in David Doyle's book on the P-61, pictured here. I recommend that you find a copy. The P-61 was a large airframe with two very powerful engines in order to carry the heavy radar equipment, a large fuel load for long patrol times, and a crew of three, a pilot, a gunner, and a radar operator. Several countries secretly developed radar for military use during the late 1930s. The development of the cavity magnetron oscillator in England made lighter-weight airborne intercept radar possible, and that equipment was the basis for the P-61 design. The system consisted of a scanning radio antenna, a range of 5 miles, and appropriate interpretive equipment in the airplane cockpit. The Black Widow was effectively operated as a night fighter by United States Army Air Force squadrons in Europe, the Pacific, the China-Burma-India theater, and in the Mediterranean during World War II. The radar-equipped P-61 could operate under the cover of darkness, use its radar to intercept and track its target, and then finally close in for the kill, all undetected. The P-61 airframe featured some rather unique features. One of them was a set of very large span trailing edge flaps, which left room for only short ailerons on the outboard portions of the wing. Roll control was effected then by spoilerons, which were fences that raised from the top of the wing outboard of each nacelle. Cockpit photos of the P-61 were rare in the early days, since anything to do with radar was being kept secret. In general, pilots were pleased with the performance and handling of the P-61 in spite of its large size and heavy weight. The airplane was quite maneuverable. The large flaps created slow landing speeds. A variant of the P-61C was the XP-61E, shown here. It was conceived as a day fighter, a pursuit airplane armed with the same cannons as the P-61C, crew of 2, no radar. At war's end, production of P-61s abruptly ceased. 2 airplanes were completed and sent to museums. All others were scrapped in place. In the post-war period, 1946 to 1949, the P-61 was heavily involved in the Thunderstorm project. This was a landmark effort to gather data on thunderstorm activity. It was a joint effort for 4 government agencies and 2 branches of the U.S. Armed Services. Also, scientists from several universities helped launch, design, and conduct the project. The P-61's radar and particular flight characteristics and its tough airframe enabled it to find and penetrate the most turbulent regions of a storm and return crew and instruments intact for a detailed study. Data was collected for the first time from systematic radar and aircraft penetrations of these thunderstorms, and that data formed the basis of many published studies and are still frequently referenced by mesoscale and thunderstorm researchers. And now let's enjoy watching Rob Sawyer fly his P-61 scale radio control model at the Coachella Valley RC Club Airpark near Thermal, California. Thank you, Rob, for that beautiful flight demonstration. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm George Kruger for the Coachella Valley Radio Control Club and South Coast Aviation Productions.